What's going on, everyone? Your mom's favorite YouTuber KKS here, and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be giving my reaction to the Super Bowl. Basically, yes, I'm recording this on Monday, by the way. Yesterday was the Super Bowl. The Buccaneers beat the Chiefs. Um, and yeah, it was a blowout. It was not even close. The Chiefs didn't score a single touchdown all game. The Buccaneers scored 31 and they won comfortably. Um, so my thoughts on the game, Tom Brady's the GOAT. I don't think you need me to hear me say that. You already know. Even as a 49ers fan, Tom Brady's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. There's no question about it. I think in my opinion, he's the GOAT of all American professional sports. I mean, I can't think. Jordan didn't do this for. I mean, Jordan did have a period of dominance when he was playing. He won 6 straight years. If you exclude the 2 year retirement. But Brady's been doing it for 3 decades. He's the first player to win a championship in 3 different decades. It's insane. Um, and yeah, Jordan. I mean, it's his own fault for retiring way too many times. If he didn't retire the first time, he could have who knows how many championships. If he didn't retire the second time, again, who knows? Um, and Jordan also never did it without Pippen. Brady has done it with all kinds of players. Obviously, he had a great team this year. He didn't win the Super Bowl on his own. His defense had a very big part in why they won. And honestly, I think that's why they did win. The Buccaneers defense brings me to what I want to talk about. The Buccaneers defense was legit. I mean, their front seven is one of the best front sevens in the league. Um, Vita Vea and Ndamukong Suh in the middle, one of the best run, probably the best run stopping duo in the league. On the edge, Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaquille Barrett, both great players. JPP experienced. He's done this before. And Shaq Barrett's just a stud. And then linebackers, Levante David and Devin White, two of the best linebackers in the league. Levante David has been a top five linebacker in the league for years now. And I hope people finally understand that because he's been so underrated, both in coverage, run stopping, getting to the quarterback even sometimes. He's a great player. And then Devin White also. He's young. He's only gonna get better. This was his second year in the league, I believe. And man, he's just a beast. Oh man, I wouldn't go as far as saying he's the best linebacker in the league. That one's obviously Fred Warner. Darius Leonard is right behind. Bobby Wagner's kind of fallen off a bit, but is still, I think, better than Devin White. But starting next year, I think Devin White's going to be better than Bobby Wagner. Who knows if he's going to catch Fred Warner or Darius Leonard because those two guys are also improving. Um, and what else? The Chiefs. Let's talk about the Chiefs. I mean, if you put this blame, if you put the blame on Patrick Mahomes, you're just stupid because Mahomes did everything he could. I mean, he made some of the most insane throws I've ever seen in my life. There was one where he was like completely perpendicular to the ground, and he still threw it 30 yards on a play that should have been a touchdown. He had a play early in the game to Tyreek Hill deep downfield. It went right between his hands, hit him in the face. Um, I mean, you can blame his receivers. I mean, Kelsey performed. Tyreek, he was iffy. He did some good things, some bad things. I mean, Sammy Watkins, he was okay. Pringle had a few plays on special teams, but I mean, the other guys, if the ball comes right to you, you get paid to catch the ball. And I understand some plays were dropped by running backs, but even then, man, if you're open enough to make the catch, you're expected to make the catch in the National Football League. Um, what else? I mean, they didn't get to utilize the run game much because they were down. But when they did, Clyde played pretty well. Um, so I wouldn't blame it on their run game. I mean, it's the wide receivers and the offensive line. I don't know if you guys saw the stat, but it said Patrick Mahomes and the amount of yards he ran while under pressure was 497. This man ran the length of 5 football fields after he snapped the ball, before he even passed the line of scrimmage, before he threw the ball. I mean, come on. I understand the offensive line had so many injuries, but again, it's the game of the year, and if you can't prepare your guys enough to at least be competent, I mean, I understand you're going against a really good defense. You have an injury-riddled offensive line, but still, I mean, some those guys aren't slouches. They're in the league and they were backups on a Super Bowl champion last year. And I don't know. I mean, even if you're a backup, you got to step up for the big game. You got to. And the Chiefs just offensive line just didn't do that. And as for the Chiefs defense, they were horrendous as well. Teams were finally able to, or this team, the Buccaneers, were finally able to expose the Chiefs defense for who they really are. Um, they're not a good defense. I mean, they have their stars in Frank Clark, Chris Jones on the D line. They have Tyrann Mathieu in the secondary, but really, other than that, who do they have? Anthony Hitchens is a great player, yeah, but again, that defense was exposed, and I don't know. I mean, their corners had a habit of grabbing the receivers on almost every play, and the refs did like you know notice that and they flagged them, but also some of the flags were a bit suspect. There were a few holding ones on the offensive line I didn't agree with. Um, But I don't know. I mean, the refs are never going to be perfect. We saw last year they did a horrible job um, calling they didn't call holding several times on the Chiefs' offensive line. They obviously the refs are going to make mistakes, and on the biggest stage you expect better, but I mean it is what it is. They're not going to be perfect. And yeah, also the Buccaneers secondary stepped up as well. Antoine Winfield had a beautiful game. We all saw what he did to Tyreek. I mean, respect for that. I mean, it was stupid, but it was savage, and it was definitely worth it at that point of the game. If it had happened earlier, obviously there would have been an issue, or if the game were closer. But I think he understood what was going on at that point, and he realized it was worth it. It was worth it. It was definitely worth it. But also, the other guys in their secondary as well were great. Sean Murphy Bunting, he was great all playoff long, postseason long. Um, and yeah, they just did their job. And give credit to Todd Bowles. I mean, no defensive coordinator or any defense was able to do this to Mahomes all season long, and also all season last year. And I know Mahomes was hurt, but I mean, against the Bills, he was hurt, and he still torched that defense. Even though they've got a great head coach in McDermott to manage that defense, but still, Todd Bowles, a lot of credit to him. I think because of this, he's going to be looked at as a head coaching candidate next year. I don't know. He could be hired next year. He could be hired the year after that, but I definitely think he'll be a coach again in this league after that performance. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess that's about it. Um, both teams will be back next year. I'm not saying the Super Bowl, but they'll be contenders for the Super Bowl. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. Helps me out a ton. Um, and like the video if you agreed with my analysis or enjoyed it. And I hope to see you all next time on a future video. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.